look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. Barnes out there with Victor Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie in at the small forward position. And for the Mavericks, big men on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Irving on the wing along with Thompson. And it's Doncic in at the point. One thing Shams here talked about, banning top 10 pick protections in trades. Why is that?
We saw Dallas absorb a big fine a couple years ago, but then they drafted Derek Lively, and it truly worked out for them. So if you're going to avoid that, maybe it's better to change the trade rules to avoid those kinds of incentives. But Dallas really, I think if they could do that over again and absorb the fine, they would want it to be double the amount, the way that Derek Lively looked and the way that he played.
Well said. I totally agree. The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Washington, that's good.
Washington will match your threes because he's got game from outside.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Jason Kidd and I talked a few minutes ago. Our coach had nothing but respect when it came to Chris Paul. He said every aspiring young point guard should study CP3. He's an ideal floor general, a fierce competitor, and he always seems to make the right play. It's going to take a team effort defensively to slow down his impact. Kevin?
Thank you, David. San Antonio with the ball after Luka Doncic's miss. Shot by Champagnie, no good. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York, getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
Yeah, that trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Now, here's Doncic, coming off 31 points last game. And it's Irving missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Champagnie passes to Barnes. Takes a three. Mavericks with the rebound. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one. And probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
And to lose it like they did, too. Wow, right at the end, and makes it even tougher to take.
Here's Castle, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Here's Wembanyama. Rebounded by Gafford.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Thompson dishes to Doncic. Pulls up on the wing. He doesn't hit that one.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling, and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
It's a tie game in Dallas. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they hit the ground running, had a strong start to the game that they're hoping they can manage the rest of the way.
You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I loved playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I've taken.
You're so connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much, and just know the stories will keep coming.
On the floor for San Antonio, Collins is out there with Keldon Johnson. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Branham in at the 2 spot. Here's Branham. 8 points his last outing. Outside Collins. Pass to Vassell. Good. Nice job down low.
Now, I'm not shy about bringing it inside. Vassell is comfortable around the hoop.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Mavericks. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Irving's shot is good.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
Shams, we appreciate you stopping by. We know you got a lot of things to do, a lot on your plate. Your phone's going bananas. It's lighting up about every 15 seconds. You go take care of that. We'll see you back here next time.
I can always make time for you guys. Kevin, appreciate you guys having me on.
Shams Charania, the best. Thank you so much. Great stuff right there from Shams, one of the most plugged-in people in the world of basketball.
Hey, I mean, if something is going down that's big news, Shams is the first to get a hold of it. He knows everybody around the NBA.
Greg, you love this topic more than anyone. When you think about the best ball handlers of all time, where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. Clark, Kyrie Irving has got to be as skilled a player as we've seen in the NBA.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I've ever seen a better layup maker than him. And I played against Isaiah Thomas and read about Nate Archibald and some of the other great small ball guards. But, man, this kid, Kyrie Irving, well, young man now, 50, 40, 90 on a season. And a lot of times he's making acrobatic layups against 6'9", and 7-foot guys. Special. Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants to talk to his guys. And now let's check out the teams with the best free throw percentage. The Spurs second.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Spurs trail by 4. 43 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Barnes kicks to Paul. Shoots. 6 on the shot clock. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Wizards. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the shot is good. Irving's got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that high.
Champagnie passes to Barnes. The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Wembanyama.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Mavericks lead by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, in a close game, what makes the difference in the second half?
Lots of things, you know. It's a game of mistakes. It's a game of playing well. Who knows?
Always love your philosophy, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Mavericks. The lead is 2. And Greg, at the time Kyrie joined Dallas, there were some questions. Connects again from distance.
And he's hit thousands of threes in this league.
Inching closer and closer to 5th place on the career triples list. Here's Champagnie. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. 5 to shoot. Shoots a fader. Luka Doncic grabs the miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Shot from 12. No good off the front iron.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Doncic with the block.
How about the D from Doncic? These guys appreciate when he gives that kind of effort at the defensive end.
And there it is for him. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball. But I don't think anybody likes, 1, guys flopping the draw fouls, and then 2, whining when fouls aren't called.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Irving? Averaging 25 points per, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
Thompson in the post. Rebound, San Antonio. Pass to Paul. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. To the right side. Wembanyama against Gafford. Fades back. A shot by Wembanyama, no good. Mavericks leading by 7. Now Doncic. There's the lob to the hoop. Gafford misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Here's Paul. San Antonio again missing. Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Doncic going to work.
You know, in that first half, a lot more three-point shooting. Since then, though, they've dialed it back.
Doncic against Paul. To the inside. Here's Wembanyama. The 9-footer's on the mark. Wembanyama has got his second bucket tonight.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action in just a minute. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Let's play even smarter and make sure we play harder than them. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Mentally, physically, Greg Popovich wants each guy to try and elevate his game.
Yeah, a lot of that starts on the defensive end. That's where the tone is set. It literally ripples through everything else they do.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the court right now for the Spurs. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Barnes. And it's Champagnie in at the 3. And the first one at the line is good.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
And both free throws good for Wembanyama. Mavericks leading by 5. Thompson outside. Pass to Irving. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Paul outside. Wembanyama sets a screen for Paul. Behind of Wembanyama on the wall. Wow!
The perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Irving. Latre. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He said to his guys, we need to push the pace more. Come on, guys, we're at our best when we're attacking in transition. Energy up now. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. Here's Wembanyama. The shot, no good. And it's Irving with the ball for the Mavericks. Thompson outside. Doncic outside. Here's Gafford. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. And now a 10-point Maverick lead.
Another great pass from Doncic. You pretty much expect him to tally double-digit assists every game.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
And a deep 3 from Doncic. Barnes grabs the miss.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Yep, that one goes in there. 14 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
And that one's good. Doncic.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Spurs have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. To the paint, here's Wembanyama.
And this is why many are excited about Wembanyama's future. Such a unique, versatile player and scorer.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
.44 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Irving double team. Washington kicks to Irving. Thompson for the triple. The rebound by the Spurs.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
Ball finds Wembanyama. Up the ball. Rebounded by Gafford. And they go to the intentional foul.
Champagne. First personal foul. Second team foul.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, and both at the line. It's an 8-point game. San Antonio calls timeout. They're down by 8. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
And San Antonio has possession. 8-point game. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. It looked like you were in an extra crispy special kind of zone tonight. How did you do it?
Man, well, the beauty is in the process. It's in the preparation. You know, before I get here, I'm trying to get locked in mentally. Just trying to come out here and put on a good performance, lead my team, do the best job I can. That's all I'm trying to do.
It was all on display tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Kyrie Irving.